at the first grade level, first grade boys, first and second grade girls, we let a lot of it go, quite honestly, because if you blew the whistle for every travel, every double dribble, you'd be there all day, right? And so we have a time constraint, so we let a lot of that go. The really flagrant stuff, I try to encourage, I try to tell the guys to call that. I mean, if you're dribbling, stop, dribble again, stop, dribble again, stop. We try to, because one of the things we want to do is we want to teach too, right? So we try to get them on the really flagrant stuff to stop that. Travel, if you pick it up and you run half the court length, that we're going to call that. If they take 2 or 3 steps, we probably won't call it. Generally speaking, the closer the ball handler gets to the basket, the more we'll tighten it up. If you get an offensive rebound, for example, and you move around a lot to put up another shot, then without dribbling, then we may call that. We may not. First grade level, I mean, we let quite a bit of stuff go at the first grade level, because the other thing, we want the kids to succeed, right? And what's success? Putting the ball in the hoop. So we try not to discourage scoring.
We have officials at all in kindergarten?
Not at the kindergarten level.
No, so at kindergarten, right, your first half hour is your practice. There's no organized practice. And then you have a 20-minute game against the other team. You're playing 3-on-3. So no, you get to chase the kids and the ball.
The only thing I want to say, too, at that level, at the first and the second grade level, too, you're going to have a lot of situations where you're going to have a really, really aggressive kid and a really timid kid, right? And so there's going to be contact. I try to encourage the guys always call the fouls, right? You can't get them all, but if it's a hard foul, we need to get those. And but there's going to be some incidental contact sometimes that's not a foul. You might see a kid trip and go to the floor, and everybody's screaming thinking it's a foul, but it wasn't. He just tripped over his own feet, or he tripped over the other guy's feet. So just be patient with us with all that kind of stuff. At the 3rd, 4th grade level, one of the rule changes this year is in the past it's been man-to-man defense in the front court only, and it's still that way this year. So no zone defenses, but you will be allowed to double team inside the 3-point circle. No double teaming outside the 3-point circle, but inside the 3-point circle you can. I know, and the double teaming thing comes up every year. So one of the things that we want to make sure everybody kind of understands what double teaming is. In order to have a double team, really, you have to have at least one of those 2 defenders that's established legal guarding position. And basically what that means is to kind of be in front of the, if I've got the ball, Thurman's in front of me, he has legal guarding positions. If he's over here and the basket's right there and I'm going to the hole, that's not legal guarding position. So there might be a guy there and a guy there, and yeah, they're close to that person, but that's not a double team. You do a lot of the 3rd and 4th stuff, right? You got anything you want to add as far as?
Yeah, like you were saying, 2 people chasing a player with the ball is not a double team. It's just 2 people chasing the ball. Also, 3 seconds, very important, people. If you shoot the ball, the 3-second count, it stops and it starts over. Okay, somebody's in the paint, 1, 2, they shoot it. It starts over until somebody gets the rebound. So I hear a lot of coaches, a lot of parents, 3 seconds. They've been in there. If the ball's in the backcourt, also, there's no 3-second count if the ball's in the backcourt. Kids goes down, sets up an offense in the paint. The ball's back here. It's nothing. Okay, so and one last thing. Yelling and talking to the refs, that won't get you the next call. So I promise you, like, we're human, we miss calls, players miss shots, you know, hey, we messed up. So we love questions. Why? Did you see that? No, coach, I didn't see it. You know, just talk to us. We'll talk back to you.
Yes, sir.
So there is 3 seconds for good 1 and 2.
For grades 1 and 2, we do not enforce 3 seconds. That's a good question. No 3 seconds, no 5-second closely guarded, no no 5-second inbound rule, none of that kind of stuff. No pressing 3rd and 4th. 5th and 6th grade, anything goes pretty much, right? Defensively, except no full court press, except in the second half, right?
That's what it says on the website.
That's right.
You can zone or man.
You can zone, any kind of defense is allowed in the front court. In the front court, any kind of defense. The free throw rule is the same as what we're using in high school this year. It's on the release. So if any of the kids that are in a marked lane space on the lane can enter the lane when the shooter releases the shot. The shooter has to wait till he hits the rim before he moves. And the people outside the three-point circle. But the people on the lane spaces can go in on the release of the ball.
First of all, my name is Coach Beatty, and this is Coach Canfield, and we coach the boys up here at the high school. Coach Henson will be here in a minute, and he will give you a little rundown on the girls' side as well. But what we're going to do here shortly is we're going to get your heart rate up here pretty quickly and get out here on the floor and just show you some things for the next hour and a half, okay? But before we do that, I want to let you know that we have been, both of us, right where you are. I've coached kindergarten all the way through high school. Coach Canfield coaches on a daily basis because he has 6 kids of his own at home. They're all boys, so he can't answer any girl questions. But he's coaching nonstop, so we know what you're about to go through. We have been there. A lot of times we will go to clinics, and we may go to a college clinic, or we may listen to a assistant professional coach, and he's up here because we don't have the athletes that they have to do some of the things they're talking about. So we're going to go through several different drills tonight, or several different topics, whether it's ball handling, passing, shooting, defense, rebounding, things like that. It will be your job to either dumb it down for your kids or raise it to the level of your kids, because we know we have a wide range. We have kindergarten and we have all the way to 6th grade. So it's going to be your job to do that. I could give you a handout, but every drill that I give you in a handout may not apply to your team. So we're going to show you some things, and then you can participate as much as you want, and just kind of think about, how can I make this effective for my kids, my boys, my girls, my 1st graders, my 6th graders. But we will do that. And Coach Kronk mentioned about man-to-man earlier, and I wanted to touch on that real quickly, is we feel as coaches, because we've been through the process several times, and we see the process happen year after year when we get 8th graders who come up to 9th grade. We can tell right off the bat which kids have played man-to-man before and which kids have played a lot of zone. And I will tell you, from the coaching side of it, it is much easier to teach a kid how to play zone when he grew up playing man-to-man than it is how to teach a kid to play man-to-man when he grew up doing nothing but zone. It's a total different concept, but they are better basketball players if they've had a background in man-to-man, okay? And we see that happen from the 8th grade to the 9th grade year every year that we're up here. So I know it may be difficult. It was difficult when I was teaching my 1st graders to play man-to-man. We wear colored wristbands so they all matched up, or, you know, whatever it was. But we taught them how to stay with their man. And then maybe 2nd grade takes it a little bit further, and 3rd grade takes it a little bit further. So we're going to show you some stuff tonight that, you know, with the colored wristbands, we don't have those, but those are some of the things you need to think of. How can I get my 1st graders to stay with their man? How can I get my 6th graders to see ball and man at the same time? You know, so just kind of a progression of different things, and we're going to go through it. Now, when you participate out here in the drills, you do as much as you can if you want to. I will tell you that we had one gentleman that hurt himself last year, and I want everybody to go to work tomorrow injury-free. So do as much as you can. or as much as you want to do. If you want to sit there and watch, that's fine. Just know that they are videoing this, so you can go back and watch it at any time. But you might get out here and try some of them to see if they're difficult. They may not look difficult when he's doing it or when I'm doing it, but we do it all the time. So it may be difficult for some of your kids to do it, okay? So we're going to get started here in just a minute. Coach Canfield, would you like to add anything to that?
Yeah, the one thing about the drills that you do, the kids out here enjoy getting out here and having fun. But if you can incorporate the skills into a fun activity that they might have done, like Simon Says, where you're out here doing Simon Says and you're doing footwork and they're doing pivot feet. Well, Simon Says left foot, pivot foot, and you go around and stop, and they still, oh, you're out. You know, and so you do little drills like this. You make it fun, and you make it something that they enjoy doing it. That applies to the game of basketball. And I believe I sent an email out to everybody on Saturday, and on the link there was a red light, green light footwork drill that's out there. It's just something that is fun. It's interesting. It's new, and so I'd encourage you to take a look at it and see if you can apply that in there. Make it fun. Make it enjoyable for them.
And feel free to call on us. Our email addresses and stuff are on the school website. Feel free to call on us with any questions that you have or any equipment needs. Now, we can't provide enough equipment for 100 LTYA coaches, but there are some things that we might be able to provide for you for that one night or something if you need it. But feel free to call on us with any questions that you might have. Hey, Coach, I'm struggling. What was that drill that you did, in this, or what was the level that you think that our kids can handle on this? So feel free to call on us. We're here to help you as much as we can. The problem sometimes is we're kind of busy in our season at the same time you're doing your season, okay? So it may take us a day or so to get back to you, but we will get back to you.